Hey guys, it's me. Now, after thinking about what I want to accomplish on YouTube, I've thought about it a lot, and I don't think I'm going to be doing gameplay videos. And what I mean by that is I don't think I'm going to be doing Let's Plays. Everyone does them, and personally, I don't think they bring anything to the table. I mean, don't get me wrong, they can be entertaining, but I don't think they warrant me spending all my time on it for you to watch me play a video game. I just don't think that I want to do that. Not to say that people who do that are, terrible. I just don't think it's for me. So what I plan to do with this YouTube channel is I plan to talk about technology and video games. Now, obviously I talk a lot about video games, so I'm going to try and focus more on technology. Now, one of the first things I'm going to be doing is Tech Talk. And now Tech Talk I'm going to be doing weekly. I don't know when, I don't know what day out of the week, but it's going to be technology related. On the topic of Windows 8, I'm actually quite impressed with it. Now, this is coming from a Linux user. I primarily use Linux, and what I mean by that is I usually use OpenSUSE or Fedora or occasionally Ubuntu. I'm recording this video through my webcam on OpenSUSE Linux. So it's not like I'm a Windows fanboy. Now, a lot of people like to talk trash about Windows 8, and I have no problem with that, but I simply would like you to look at the facts. Now, I've heard tons and tons of people tell me, hey, I don't like how Windows 8 works, I don't like how it looks. Well, in reality, Windows 8 is Windows 7 without the start button and DirectX 11. And, instead of press the start orb, you get a tile screen. Now, I actually like the tiles. They make everything a little bit easier. When I press the Windows button, I know all my apps and my programs are right here, and it's just something you got to get used to. Now, when running games on Windows 8, it actually performs quite well. It actually performs a lot better than Windows 7, but I can understand why people are afraid of it. Now, the majority of the down-talking towards Windows 8 is, I like to say, unwarranted. Most of the hate that comes between it is, I don't like it the way it looks. Now, I guess it's just me, but I'm more of a practical person. I use Linux for the majority of my computing, but I have to use Windows 8 because it is very hard to do professional video editing and production and audio production on a Linux machine. It can be done, but it cannot be done the way I would like it to be done, so I have to use Windows in some regards. Now, that being said, I prefer Windows 8 to almost any other version of Windows. A lot of people will be like, why? Windows 8 is terrible. Well, the news tells you that it's terrible, the tech press tells you that it's terrible, and I can honestly say that I don't have a major issue with it. It's faster. DirectX 11 is vastly superior to DirectX 10, meaning that my games run faster. I'll give you an example. When I play Skyrim on Windows 7 on one of my computers, it has an i5, lots of RAM, lots of power. Maybe not the best graphics card in the world because it's Intel integrated, but it works. When I play Skyrim with it on Windows 7, I get around 35 to 40 frames on high. And when I play on Windows 8, I get 65 to 120. There's nothing that says Windows 7 is faster than Windows 8 because when you think about it, Windows 7 came out in 2009 and Windows 8 came out in 2012. So factually, that is inaccurate when you say that Windows 8 is slower. There is a ton of performance increases with it. Now, I can understand that people don't like the apps and all the stupid tile stuff. I have to admit, it took a while for me to get used to it, but after getting used to it, I actually prefer it. If you find yourself dissing on Windows 8, please just install it. You can buy a copy. You might even be able to get a free upgrade. Just try it out. If someone has a computer that you can borrow, just use it for 30 days. I guarantee if you're a heavy Windows user, you'll start to see why I prefer it. You might not like it, but the simple fact remains that it performs better, and that's all that matters to me. So I don't really get why people complain about it. I'm sorry, but I don't care the way it looks. I don't care if there's tiles. I want it to work. For the vast majority, Windows 8 works better than Windows 7. So the only criticism I have about Windows 8, besides the marketing, is I don't like how Microsoft is going to be appeasing their audience. Their audience doesn't like change because their audience wants to be stuck in 1995 forever. So they're going to bring back the start button. I don't know what's so hard about moving your mouse into the bottom right corner and then seeing a little square and then clicking on it or pressing the Windows button. I really don't know what's the problem with that. And I think that if you want to change the way people compute, you cannot give in to their demands. You cannot change it. You got to say, this is the way it is, and this is how it's going to be. If you don't want to use it, buy a Mac, install Ubuntu, whatever. I don't think that they should be giving in like this. So that's just kind of a little rant I had to get out of the way. I hope you enjoyed this video, and the next Tech Talk I do, I'm probably going to be talking about Canonical and how they always get a bunch of random blind hatred whenever they do anything, whether it's good or bad, and why you should appreciate Canonical a little bit more. Thanks for watching. See you next video.